And, I've been struggling with some weight gain. I have a lot of stress. Like, there's a lot going on in my life. And I just don't feel like I'm as beautiful as I used to be. I'm looking at my legs and seeing cellulitis. Like, I'm looking at me going, who would even want me? Like, God, like, what the heck? Like, and I know these are lies, guys. I'm telling you guys this because I just want you to understand sometimes that we all feel this way. And I'm sitting here and I've lost it. Like, I've become hard. My heart's become hard. And I go to sit at my Pastor Tim's sermon, and he just preaches this beautiful message out of Hebrews 11, where he talks about contentment and hope. And not being content is what propels you to change your life, and so that you can find this hope, right? And I was like sitting there just like, dude, this is everything I need to hear right now. Like, I need to hear that because I'm looking at me and my mom, and like this miracle happened with my mom and me where she was able to say, like, dude, this hurt. Like, this journey we were on hurt. But like, it is good because God showed me my identity in it, right? Like, and I'm sitting here going, dude, we were so not content. Like, this situation that happened where I lost my hope and I literally had to go through this whole thing shook up our lives. And before this, guys, I was content. I was content in my sin. I was content living not hopeless, like without hope. I was vacationing. I was living my life like completely content, not really knowing God to the full extent. I was completely content living a life hopeless because I could fill it with all these other things, but I was dying inside and I didn't even know it. And in this moment, when God brought his promise to me and I had been praying for it and I could see it coming, and I realized even when it was happening, I was not content because I was so scared of hope. I was so scared of hope. And that I just did not know how to accept it. And I was miserable even in the middle of it, in the middle of the promise. And God was like, dude, I need to separate you guys. I need to separate this because you cannot put hope in the wrong thing. And in this, like, it started to be like in my family line and everything we were doing and my friends, like I could see the situation brought something out where we realized we were not content. And where was our hope? And God started to really push, right? He started to push this. And so here I am, and I'm now sitting 3 years later at my pastor's church, waiting, my old pastor's church, right? Waiting for this redemption moment, waiting for knowing that God's going to do something. And I am bitter and I am angry. And I'm like, you just don't love me. And why did I have hope in you? Like these things that are going through my head. And I know they're lies, guys. I'm not saying I didn't know they're lies. I knew they're lies, but I was still in pain. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of this sermon, when Tim is talking about hope and contentment and how, like, God took Enoch and how, like, the faith of that, right? Like, all this stuff, right? I hear God in the midst of it go, Rachel, have you surrendered hope to me?